If you're looking to improve your cybersecurity SEO, then backlinks are going to be an essential component for that. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do, answer all of your questions such as how many backlinks do I need to build, and help you come up with a clear action plan for your link building. My name is Rich Edwards. I'm the CEO of Vibra Media. We're a link building agency. And over the past few years, we've built tens of thousands of links for our clients, many of those being cybersecurity firms. So it's safe to say I know what I'm talking about when it comes to backlinks. So let's jump straight into it. If you're watching this video, I'm going to assume that a backlink is a link coming from another website to your website. And it's one of the major ranking factors for getting a website high up in Google. But with that said, not all backlinks are created equal. Some backlinks will be far more beneficial for your website compared to others. And when we're looking at backlinks, we have a specific 32-point checklist that we use to analyze the quality of the backlinks. But for anyone just getting started, there are two main metrics that you want to look at. The first is domain rating, or DR. This is a metric given by a tool called Ahrefs, and it helps to evaluate the strength of a website, the authoritativeness of a website. It's on a scale of 0 to 100, with 100 being the highest and 0 being the lowest, absolutely no authority at all. So a brand new website is likely to have a DR 0. And the other metric that we like to look at is traffic. This is because if a website is getting traffic from Google, then to some extent that means that Google does value that website enough to rank it and give it traffic, and therefore it will value any link coming from that website. So those are sort of things that we look at when we're evaluating a link. But what types of links are there? I've created something which I call the link building pyramid, and you can see here there are 3 tiers to this pyramid. If we look at the bottom, the foundational links, these are links that you would expect to see from any normal business. They help to build trust in the eyes of Google. In these foundational links, we have, first of all, social media profiles. Think about it, any normal business is likely to have a social media presence, and if they don't, then it might suggest that it's not such a credible business. So as a first point of call, get all of your social media profiles registered, all of the major ones, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Reddit, everything that you can think of. And then we can get some directory citations where we list ourselves in a directory, such as Yelp, Yellow Pages, any other niche ones that might be available for your particular sector. And these, again, just really help to build trust with Google, and they also help with our local rankings. These are extremely quick, easy, and cheap to build. I wouldn't even recommend doing it yourself, just because that would be more time consuming than your time is worth. You can usually get these built for about $1 or $2 per directory listing with a service, and that is something that we can handle for you as well. So once we've got a solid foundation in, we want to move to the next, which is the relevancy tier. Here is where we're going to get relevant articles posted on other people's websites with a link in them and that points back to our website. We do this by either guest posts, which is where we pay somebody to post our article on their website, or we do it via link insertions where we pay to get a link inserted in an existing article. Most of the times these are paid. Almost all the times this is going to be a paid service. Webmasters are just very clued up on the value of this now, so they will ask for payment. And you can expect to pay anywhere from, say, $200 to $400 per post. And finally, the authority tier. This is where things get interesting, because these types of links are really the best type of links that we can be getting for our website. And these are links on major media websites from around the world, and these are mainly driven through PR activities. We have digital PR and journalist requests. Well, journalist requests is where a journalist goes onto a platform such as X, and they'll maybe type #journorequest, and they want a comment or some insight on a particular topic. In the cybersecurity niche, is often about if there's been a big high-profile leak or hack, then they might want a cybersecurity expert to be able to comment on that very quickly. If we can get back to them, we can give them some really interesting insight that they can use in that article. Then they're going to quote us in the article, and they're going to link back to our website when they do that. This is a really great way to get some high-quality links, but its downside is there are only a certain amount of journalist requests out there. And that's where digital PR comes into play. PR is where we're doing proactive outreach to journalists. We're either coming out with expert insights or comments that we're sending to them, or another aspect of it is we can be doing really interesting data studies, and we send that data to the journalists. If they like it and they use it, again, they'll quote us as a source and they'll include a link back to our website. And this works because journalists are just so short on time these days. They have really high targets of what they need to produce for the media publications they work for. And so if we can send them something interesting that they use, then they're going to appreciate that and they're going to include that link in the article. So you have the different link types. I'll just run through a few different examples of press campaigns that we've ran that might help inspire you for your own efforts. So for one client, they ordered 10 links with us and they ended up getting 118 links, which honestly, 10x over delivery, that's unheard of. But this is really just one of the benefits of digital PR, that if your campaign does go viral, you can just end up with a huge amount of really high quality links coming to your website. So this campaign for them, it got them links in some of the best websites in the world. So we've got Forbes, which is DR94, Daily Mail, which is DR92, Mirror, DR90, Wales Online, DR82, and many more, obviously. So the campaign that really worked for them was we did a data study on the US states that were most concerned by cybersecurity. We looked at various data points. Our data team put it into a nice readable format. Our press release team wrote it and then sent it out to journalists. And at the time, there was a lot of interest in cybersecurity in the press. So it's just something that hit at the right time with some very good quality data. And it did extremely well, as you can see. The second example, so 417 links, that's not from one campaign. This is a client that's been with us for a while, one of our oldest and most dearest clients. They're a consumer-facing cybersecurity service. They're more of a consumer-facing cybersecurity client, and we've got them featured in websites such as the New York Post, investing.com, Huffington Post, Thrillist. So again, some excellent websites. And while we've done lots and lots of different campaigns for them, one example that I'll show you that's more of an expert commentary campaign, we sent them some expert tips from their cybersecurity expert on signs that you might be speaking to a potential stalker on Tinder. And this did really well because we released it around the same time that Netflix launched their show Baby Reindeer, which was a show all about a stalker. And so that timing that we had was just impeccable, and we were able to provide a really good expert for them. And that campaign just did super well. So moving on to the next part. The main question that I always get from customers is just how many links do I need to build? It will depend mainly on your competition. So if you go to the top terms that you're trying to rank for and you use a tool such as Ahrefs, then you can see how many backlinks your competitors have. So if we just take this random cybersecurity firm, I've got absolutely no affiliation with them. They've got 58 backlinks. So while to some people that might seem like a lot, it's really not at all, especially when we go in and look at actually what they've got here. You can see here there's a few scraper websites that are just spammy links that aren't counting towards their link target. If we took out all of those, that might bring that down to say 40 links. And then from there, we can just see they've maybe done some guest posting there. I think they've done some press campaigns there as well. But really it looks like it's being done on quite a low scale. So if this was my competition, I'd be very excited because it's going to be very easy to outgun them. I can even see they don't even have some of the lower tier links such as citations. So if I was working with this company or a competitor of this company, first thing I'd understand is how many links they have from all the different sources, how many guest posts, how many press links, how many citations, and then we would understand how many of those we need to build. What DR of those links do we need to build? How many DR50 guest posts do we need to build? And so forth. That'll just give us a really clear map of what we need to do to get level with our competition. And then we want to go a step further and outshine them and go the extras. If that seems a bit complicated, don't worry. I do offer free audits. So I will come up with a backlink plan for you. All you need to do is just click the link in the description, tell me your website, and we'll come up with that plan. No obligation. But if you do like our results, then we can provide those services for you. Finally, it's not all smooth sailing in the link building world. There are some sharks out there that you need to avoid. The main thing to look for is websites that are just built with the purpose of selling links. These link farms, and on the face of it, they can seem like good websites because they might have a good DR and they might be getting traffic from Google, but often these are manipulated and not actually true. The way to spot this is if you go to the website and you look at their homepage and they've got some really random articles on the front. So maybe they've got an article about gambling, an article about CBD, an article about roofing, an article about lawyers. That's probably a sign that they might be selling guest posts. The other thing to look for is if they write somewhere on their website that they are selling, or they often have the Write For Us page, those links, at best, you're just going to waste your budget because they're going to be ineffective because Google will be devaluing them. Or at worst, they're going to be toxic links and you're going to do damage and it's going to hold your SEO progress back. So have it. There's everything you need to know about backlink building for cybersecurity businesses. If at any point you want us to handle it, if you're looking for guest posts or digital PR campaigns, then we can handle all of that for you. Just get in touch in the link below. I hope that was helpful. Speak soon.